Shakeology. Okay. So let's just kick off by what I'm going to do is I am going to open up, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to open up the Beachbody On Demand app and show you like all the resources and the best way to really use them.
Okay, awesome.
Let me just do this, share screen. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so when you log into Beachbody On Demand, you'll see like the different tiles for different programs. So the 4 weeks for everybody are the workouts, and then the 4-week gut protocol is the nutrition side. So when you go to 4 weeks for everybody, that's where you're going to do all of your workouts. Hi, Christina.
Hi. Sorry, I can't see.
No, that's okay.
My 2-year-old is being a little difficult, so we'll see how this goes.
Okay, we're recording it, so
Okay.
if you need to hop off, don't worry. So when you click on 4-week gut protocol, here, actually, let me go to it this way. This is going to be better. And you can do this from your phone or from a computer. You want to.
It's on the app or just the website? Sorry.
So Beachbody On Demand is where like everything is. So you're
Okay.
gonna get your workouts, your nutrition, where you can like change your flavor of Shakeology. Like everything is streamlined into this one app. It's also where our bod group is, which I did invite everyone to this morning. If you didn't get it, check your spam, check your junk. If you still don't find it, let me know and I will help you to get in there. But like at the top, it says bod groups, shop. This is where you can change your orders, and Beachbody On Demand is where all your programs are. So when you click on the 4-week gut protocol, Autumn says start here. So listen to this little video. I would go after that, I would go right to resources. And resources is where you will find all your tools. So this is your program guide. I highly recommend almost everything in here to print out. So I did this. I printed everything out, and I think it really helped me to stay on track. So when you click on the program guide, you probably don't need to print this because you're probably just gonna read it once or twice. It's gonna teach you all about the program. So you guys can read through it, but it's gonna teach you like how to get started, what to do first. It goes through what we're removing. So you can see here all of the things that we're removing: alcohol, artificial sweeteners, corn, dairy, gluten, processed soy. You can still have tofu and tempeh, but that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for soy products. We're really reducing our sugars. So you'll see that we only have 10 grams of sugar a day, which when you actually start reading food labels, you're going to be like, oh my God, like I can't believe how much added sugar I normally consume. It's in like the littlest things, like pasta sauce that you don't even think about, or maybe the teriyaki sauce that you put on your chicken or whatever. So for me, I got my 10 grams of sugar from my Energize and my Shakeology. That totaled 10 grams of sugar. So I couldn't have any other sugar throughout the day. And that includes no honey and no maple syrup. If I say didn't have my Energize and I just had Shakeology, then I could, put a little honey in my matcha and then to get myself to those 10 grams. But I'm obsessed with my Energize and my Shakeology, and they're both sweet and they satisfied that like sugar craving. So for me, I didn't really need anything else. Coffee, you can have 3 cups of coffee a week. This was like probably one of the hardest things for me. I did start having matcha lattes, which were great. I can share the one that I liked, and I would just add like almond milk or coconut milk to it. And the first 2 weeks, I really only had 3 coffees a week. By the 3rd week, I was like, I just love my coffee. So I started having half a cup of coffee a day for 6 days. I truly don't know if that's allowed or if that's cheating, but it's what worked for me. And I didn't miss my full cup of coffee. I still got the little caffeine jolt and the smell of the coffee, and I was fine. But I am going to try and cut back again and see how I do. Like today I had my matcha. I didn't have my morning coffee. Red meat, you can only have it once a week. So for me, I kind of ended up saving that for going out to eat, and I would get like a bunless burger because I still felt like I was having a really yummy meal, and I'd get a burger and I'd just ask for like veggies and like a salad or something with it, and it was still like super filling. When you go out to eat, make sure that you, I know it's kind of embarrassing, but say like, please cook my vegetables in oil instead of butter, because butter is dairy. So if you are getting vegetables, just keep that in mind. Fermented foods. This is something I think almost everyone who's done this program so far with me had never had before. Sounds kind of gross. You're like, oh my God, how am I going to eat my food with this? I'm going to throw up. It's actually not that bad. I most recently found one that I loved. It was a carrot ginger from Whole Foods, and I'll share a picture of it in our thread, and it's really delicious. So find one that you like the beet one is pretty good. The cabbage one is like, okay, I've been having it. It's just not my favorite, but it almost ends up like I put it over my salad and it replaces my dressing. And you kind of just like, it's not that bad after having it once or twice. And you add that in 3 times a week at a minimum. You can add it in 7 days a week if you want, but you have to have it at least 3 times. Okay, you guys can read all through this. Like, highly recommend Shakeology daily on this. It was like my sweet treat, usually in the afternoon. You know, when those sugar cravings and those snack cravings start kicking in, that was like, Shakeology was the perfect thing to have. Okay, so then this next one in the resource tab is how you're going to calculate your bracket. So then you know like which container you should be having. So you do this again, you don't have to print this one out, just do the calculations and you'll figure out what bracket you're in. And then once you get your bracket, it's gonna tell you if you're in A, B, C, D, or E. So once you figure out your plan, you will know your container count. So for me, I'm an A, so I just knew this is what I eat every day. These are the containers. I have them memorized now, but you're gonna be using your tracking sheets to like make sure that you're super organized. Then your food list. This printout, like 100%, I have mine still here. I still reference it like almost every day because you want to make sure you're eating something that's on the food list. You are trying to figure out like what containers you have left by dinner time. You want your food list. I literally still keep this on my kitchen counter, print it out, and reference it all the time. So again, I'll let you go through this yourself, and she explains everything so crystal clear. So you know what you can eat in each container. She always said from her other program, like as long as the cover fits, it counts. So shove food in there. Like I like put so much in there to like get like the maximum I can eat for it. And it ends up being like a good amount of food. I mean, I like have my breakfast here and I haven't eaten it yet. Like this is like the Fix8 breakfast sausage. I put it in the red container and then I just dumped it on my plate, half of a sweet potato. I'm having watermelon in my fruit, and then I have carrots in my vegetable. I try and put a vegetable even in the morning if I can. And then obsessed with this Primal Kitchen buffalo sauce, which I'll share with you guys. And I just dip my veggies in it. So again, print these off, all the containers. She even goes through like, these are free foods. You can use unlimited of these foods on here. She explains like the coffee and tea, what to avoid putting in it, and water. Something that I liked recently was like, I just put a piece of watermelon and lemon juice into my water, and it made it so delicious. And then at the end, I would like look forward to being able to like eat the watermelon. So it would make me like drink it faster. Because sometimes, you know, we can get bored with just drinking plain water. So get creative. Because water is super, super important. So here's some mix-ins that you can add to make it more fun. Okay, then I actually never use this, treats and substitutions, but you can. There's some like Fix8 cookie recipes you can use. I just know myself, and like I can't eat 1 cookie. It just doesn't work for me. I need to eat 5. So I just didn't even bother with anything on this list because I knew it wouldn't work for me. But you can substitute these. I think it's one time per week. Shoot. I'm right back here. Okay. Shakeology stuff, measurements. So make sure you print this sheet off and take your measurements Sunday or Monday, and take your weight. I just left this in my workout room and I did it. There is, you can probably like just Google like beach body measurement tips, and there is like a little tutorial on like how like to measure your arm. You want to like put your thumb on your shoulder, you reach out your pinky, and then like this is where you would do your measurement here. I think I bought my measuring tape like 3 years ago off of Amazon for $2. So get a measuring tape, measure. You're gonna want to see, because it's not all about the scale. Inches are you can lose a lot of inches, and the scale might only budge a little bit because you're gaining muscle. So make sure you do weight and inches. And if you look right here, take your before and after photos. I know it's something nobody wants to do, but like you guys saw me, I shared mine on social media. Don't have to do that, but you're going to want to see it. You're going to want to see your progress, and you want to be proud of yourself. So take those pictures, share with me if you want to. You totally do not have to, like throw in a bathing suit, a bikini, just take the pictures. I'd be very glad that you did. And it's also an extra level of motivation and accountability for yourself, because by week 3, you start, maybe losing a little bit of that motivation. Like in the beginning, you're all hyped up, and by week 3, you're like, oh, I'm just getting sick of this. Like, think of those photos and be like, I want to have good results at the end of these 4 weeks. I want to prove to myself that like I'm sticking to this goal that I set for myself, right? So it's also like a very good internal motivation to take those pictures. Daily journal. Okay, I printed these like 30 of them or whatever, 28 days in this program, right? Print 28 of these. You will want them. I still have all of mine here. I did them every day. Again, I kept it on my kitchen counter, and I would fill this out all day long. So put the date, put like right in the morning, I would put like my container count. So like, I know like on bracket A, I would just jot it in. I had it memorized by a couple days in, and then fill this out, keep it on your counter. So here's like an example. I don't know if you guys can really see it, but I would just write, whatever I'd have. I wasn't like super specific, but I'd write like overnight oats, broccoli and green beans, fixate sausage. And then I would like write the container count for it. If you use any of the recipes, the fixate recipes, they have the container count for you listed in the recipe. So you will know what it is. I made the homemade gluten-free bread that's in the program one time. So I wrote that, and I had it with peanut butter. So I just put that on there, and then I tallied my containers. And then on the back of it, I'll show you one. Your goal is to get 30 plants a week. This week I stopped writing, but you'll realize fast that it's not that hard to get 30 plants a week, as long as you're not eating the exact same thing every day. So if you're someone who likes to eat the exact same thing every day, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, eat the same, Tuesday, Thursday, eat the same. So like, for example, normally I'll have my oatmeal. My typical breakfast most days was oatmeal. I know I just shared the recipe with Christina. I'll share it in our thread too. I do oatmeal, like cinnamon, Himalayan sea salt, berries, like usually strawberries and blueberries, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, and hemp seeds, and sometimes sunflower seeds. And I use the orange, I'll use like 4 different kinds of seeds in the orange. So I'm not just filling the orange up with like one kind of seed. So that means I got 4 plants just in seeds. Then I have my oats, which is another plant. So that's 5. Then I had strawberries and blueberries. That's 7 plants in one meal. And we're trying to get 30 plants a week. So it's not that hard, but you do need to make sure that you're diversifying your meals every day. Like I like to buy those like pre-packaged bagged salads, like everything but the bagel salad is like my go-to right now. I throw away the dressing and the fixings that come with it, but it has like 5 different vegetables like mixed into that one salad mix. So if you have that and then throw on some carrots and cucumbers and beets and avocado, like think about how many plants you've just had again in one meal. So it's not that hard to hit the 30 plants, but you do need to be eating a variety. And please fill these out. Like if you don't, like this is when you're going to get off track if you're not filling these out. So print them off, fill them out. 100% valuable. Stool chart she has in here, so you can kind of tell, like, I thought this was kind of interesting. I don't think you need to print it. Food tracker worksheet. I'll be honest, I did not use this, so I don't know, but you can use it. Tips for reducing stress. And then if you're vegan, this goes over all the vegan information. And this is just photos. So take a photo of, do your photos every week. I did it week 1, week 2, I missed week 3 and week 4. So make sure that you do it weekly, not just day 1 and the final day. So this is what's all in the resources tab, all here for you. Then you're going to go into lessons, and lessons are very important. Don't skip this, listen to these. And then every week you're going to have a different focus. So what you're going to learn in this first week 1 is that you are only allowed to eat cooked vegetables, which I will be honest, it's the hardest week. So keep in mind, week 1 is a learning phase. You're trying to figure this all out, how to plan, and you can only cook vegetables. She did say that if you're someone who like eats a lot of vegetables already, you can have raw vegetables. It's more like so you don't like shock your system. And cooked vegetables are easier on the gut to digest. I followed the plan like you're supposed to. So I only had cooked vegetables. Yes, we were all complaining in week 1 how hard it is to get in our cooked vegetables. But if you just meal prep on Sunday and just like throw a ton of vegetables in the oven, if you have an air fryer, it will become your new best friend. Like I'm obsessed with my air fryer. I'll air fry like carrots and I'll make them into like slice them really thin and make them like into like fries in the air fryer with some, like sea salt and paprika. They're so good. So you find ways to get creative. And then by week 2, it's so super simple to get all your veggies in because you can just start eating salads again. So get through week 1, you'll be fine. It's a little bit more prep that needs to be done. But just know it's only 7 days and then you can start eating the raw vegetables. So go through these videos. And then this is the reintroduction phase. So that's just like after the program's over, how you start reintroducing the foods that we eliminated. Bonus material. Don't remember what's in here. You guys can look through that. Okay, recipe videos. So this tab here are all the recipes that she like videoed on how to make them. I'll tell you, I made the overnight oats so good. I made the gluten-free bread. It was really good. For some reason, it hurt my stomach. I think there's an ingredient in it that my gut didn't like, which is interesting because now that we're like really dialing in on what we're eating, you're gonna really be able to figure out even foods that are allowed on the plan, what might not work for you. Like, unfortunately, I discovered that cauliflower rice gives me major gas. And like, I love it because it's a great substitute for rice when I don't really want a carb. And I used to have it all the time, but it hurts my stomach. So even though it's allowed on the plan, I kind of started eliminating it and it made my gas go away. Let's see, what else did I make here? Didn't make any of those. I know some people made these, especially the red lentil chili, and they said it was really good. This is so good. The cauliflower grits. It has like turkey bacon on it. It's delicious. This is like a huge hit. The chicken a la king, highly recommend. Again, these are both cauliflower rice. So I had these like in the beginning when I was still eating cauliflower. I'll probably still have it sometimes because it's just so delicious and just deal with my gas. This strawberry banana ice cream is also delicious. It's like a sweet treat. And people can chime in. I know Shayna in our group who, she's another coach with me. She did the 4 weeks and she made a lot of these recipes. So she can chime in also with some of the recipes that I didn't make that she did. She's like, I don't like cooking and she does, and she's really good at it. Then meal plans and recipes. Autumn did put together a like 3-day meal plan, but she was very hesitant to because she really wants you to figure out like what works for you, not necessarily like, here's what Autumn told us to eat. I'm going to eat this for breakfast, this for lunch, this for dinner. But a lot of people gave her backlash for it. So actually when I was in Punta Cana and she was there with me, she like pulled an all-nighter and like put this together for everyone who was like complaining that they wanted it. So there is a 3-day meal plan. You can follow it. She has the different brackets and the containers. I didn't use this at all. I just kind of use my own thing, but at least you can use it as a little bit of a guideline if you're just really not sure what to eat. So that, and then here is a lot more recipes. So if you click, I don't know if you guys just saw what I just did, but you just click recipes and it like opens it up more. See how it's like, click the plus. And then there's the recipes that she did videos for, plus a whole bunch more. There's like energy bites in here. This was actually really good. I made this apple ginger Shakeology smoothie. It was delicious. And
sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
So I'm on here looking, because I was looking and I thought there weren't a lot of recipes. So how did you those? You went to, is it
Yeah.
meal recipes or videos?
I'll be honest, it took me 2 weeks into the program to find this too. It's super weird that she made it so awkward, but click on meal plans and recipes.
Yeah.
And then you'll see recipes with a plus sign and click the
Oh,
plus
yeah.
sign.
Thank you. So you can have any of these things here?
Yes. All
Thank
of
you.
these are on the plan and there's a lot more. The muffins, fruit salad, and some from the other one too. Also, if you go, okay, so then also in the same tab, if you click here, under the meal plans is a 4-week gut protocol approved fixate recipes. So these are a bunch more recipes that are in like our Beachbody On Demand library that are not just for gut protocol, that are still approved. So you can eat these. And there's also more. So if you just go here and you click, hold on, I think, where's my search bar? Oh, here we go. We gotta go here, I think. You can search all different recipes in here, and you can also tweak some. So say there's a recipe that like uses butter, just use ghee instead. Like you can use ghee, which is actually really good and like delicious for cooking. You just can't use butter. Or if the recipe uses cheese, use vegan cheese or use no cheese, right? So like you just gotta like get smart, knowing if you do want to use some of those recipes. There's
also more recipes. If you go back to the
program.
gut, because this is, I was gonna ask you the meal planning toolkit.
Okay, let me
You know
go
where you
back
just,
and-
sorry, you were just there and I meant to ask you
Yep.
where it has the days planned out if you want to use it.
Yes. Yep.
So if you go towards the end of that, if you go towards the end of that, there's a page.
Oh God, it's long.
It is pretty long.
All the way to the end.
It's page 51.
Okay.
The regular meal plan recipes.
Oh wow, I never even got down here. Yeah.
So I saw this. I think Heather, remember I messaged you and was like seeing like the locked symbol, like I couldn't
Yeah.
see it. So on some of these, it has a locked symbol, like I can't
Oh.
see it.
So
that
could be because so body
Is that-
BODI.
So if I'm not part of that, I can't see
Yeah,
it.
they're live, which is honestly amazing. If you've never tried it, I highly recommend. It's like our live platform for workouts, like additional to everything else we have. And then we also have our nutrition plans post like monthly new recipes on there. So it could be because of that.
Okay. This is where I remember I was trying to remember
Yeah.
where I was. This was it.
I've
And I
never been.
figured it out after.
Okay.
There's some of them that I can see and some of them I can't see.
Okay. I bet that's why,
Okay.
because you don't have body. this fixate breakfast sausage I have. on
Yeah,
my
so I
program.
can't see that French toast and sausage, probably because, yeah, it's the body.
Yeah, see how it says portion fix on body?
Yeah,
Yeah, and I have it, so I can see it.
because I saw
Um,
you talking a lot about the breakfast sausage, the
That's
fixate
this
breakfast
one.
sausage. But I
Yeah.
think I can't, so that one I definitely plan to make.
So this is like, so I was doing oatmeal with turkey bacon for a while. The turkey bacon, like I like organic and all that stuff. And it was like, it's pretty, bacon's like really expensive right now. So I could like, you can have 4 slices of bacon, which is great, but then I'd go through a package in like 2 days. So I've been like
Mm.
switching it up and having turkey bacon for half the mornings and then the fixate breakfast sausage for the other half on the week. And this is
Mhm.
actually so good. It's what I have on my plate right now. I make it on Sunday and it gives you 4 servings. So then you have it like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's delicious. But thank you, Christina. I didn't even know.
I meant to tell you that I figured out why.
Okay.
I figured it was because of the body thing, but yeah, I
Yeah.
can't see all those.
It must be. That makes sense. So that is it. That's like the lowdown. So like, just a recap on for me, got my share. I absolutely love the program. Week 1 was definitely the hardest because you have to have cooked vegetables. We're all complaining. This is so hard because I always put like a serving of vegetables in my Shakeology. And if they're not cooked, I couldn't even do that, which was super annoying. But we got through. Wasn't the end of the world. And then by week 2, it's really easy. It's a lot of vegetables. Like at first you think, okay, like it's not that bad. It's a lot. Like I have 6 green containers of vegetables. So if you don't have any for breakfast, and then you might have like a serving for lunch, then you need like 5 servings of vegetables dinner. This is like a pretty big container of vegetables. So pace yourself, like have vegetables with breakfast, like saute. I've been really into sauteing mushrooms. So I'll have sauteed mushrooms with this fixate sausage as like my vegetable and my protein for breakfast with my oatmeal. So it's like a full complete meal and keeps me like super full. So definitely try and get your veggies in throughout the day. Alcohol, yeah, you just gotta live with not having it. By a week and a half, like everything that we've eliminated, like you don't really want. And I will be honest, like I told you guys, the coffee is definitely the one that I struggled with the most. I didn't care about alcohol in the 4 weeks. Only alcohol I drank was on my birthday because I had a surprise birthday. And of course I wasn't gonna like not drink on that. But other than that, I did not drink. And now that I have COVID, I still haven't even drank, even though I'm done with the program. I don't even really care. Like I would like to go out to dinner and have like a glass of wine with Paul. But other than that, like I'm not craving just like wine. A couple times I did have kombucha, which is allowed at night in a wine glass with ice cubes. When I was like Paul was away for 9 days. And at one point the kids were driving me nuts. And so I and it satisfied what I wanted. It actually was not that bad. So, have kombucha. It tells you in the food list, like how much kombucha you can have. Just make sure there's no added sugars because some brands put added sugars into it. So just read it. Natural sugars are fine, but not if it has added sugars. Any questions? I'm trying to think anything else I can tell you guys.
Anything that you could send us for like what you did in a day to eat would be so helpful.
Yeah, I can totally. So I'll tell you like briefly, because I was like, I kind of did similar stuff, but I will definitely type up like a few of my days. Like I said, almost every day I was eating either turkey bacon made in the air fryer. You guys, air fryer turkey bacon, so easy. And I was sauteing mushrooms, or if I had prepped broccoli, I would just heat it up really quickly with my broccoli. And then I'd have my oatmeal. I would lately I just started throwing it in the microwave and making it on the spot. But in the first couple of weeks, I actually prepped it on Sunday. I prepped a big batch of oatmeal in the fridge. I would get out my yellow container. I tend to use the containers as more like measuring cups. So I'd get out my yellow container. I'd scoop out the oatmeal that filled it to the top, dump it in, throw it in the microwave, and add some frozen berries. You don't have to buy the expensive fresh stuff. Buy frozen strawberries and blueberries, put in your oatmeal. And then I would put the seeds on top, the cinnamon, Himalayan sea salt. That was like my go-to breakfast. Turkey bacon, 1 serving of veggies, and those oats. That would really hold me over till lunch. And I don't tend to eat early. So I usually have like my Energize. You guys see me like every morning before my workout. And then I would eat breakfast from like 9:30. So like I could make it till 12 with like that big breakfast, no problem. And then lunch would normally be, I would do tofu a lot of times. With
You have to do tofu? I'm not a
No.
huge tofu
no,
person.
so you need to have, you have 2 servings. Well, I guess it depends what bracket you're in. For me, I had 2 servings of animal protein a day and 2 servings of vegan protein a day. So my turkey bacon or my sausage in the morning was 1 animal protein. And then I would like to save my second one for dinner, right? It's like eating with the family and normally having a protein. So for lunch, I would usually have my vegan option, but you can have quinoa. Actually, the first week I had quinoa a lot for my protein, which is nice because it feels like you're eating a carb,
Right.
but it actually counts as a protein. So I did make a big batch of quinoa that first week. And then I, for some reason, started doing tofu. You can have quinoa. It's right on the list. You can have like black beans, chickpeas. A lot of times I would do chickpeas. And then Shakeology was always my second vegan,
Right.
which I always was having it as my, like, I pick my kids up around 2:30 from school. So I'd have it around 2. It was like my little treat before I picked up the kids, satisfied like that sweet tooth. So, and then my dinner was typically like as many veggies as I still like needed to get into my day, and a protein. Sorry, this like, it's gonna time us out. in
The
like
timer.
5 I know, sorry.
That's all right.
So, yeah, and I just have whatever protein. Like I said, I save my red meat for like if we went out to have like that burger. For some reason, it just sounded good to me, but you can have the red meat once a week. Salmon, I would usually have once or twice a week, and then it was just like chicken most of the other time. Oh, tuna. I did have tuna sometimes for lunch when I was in a pinch. You can have rice cakes. A lot of times I would have peanut butter on a rice cake. That was actually a really good snack. Sprinkle some like cinnamon and Himalayan sea salt, like my go-to, on everything. And that was actually really delicious.
Does
But
it say,
outside, sorry.
I have a video, so does it say like you have the 3 meals and then snacks, or does it list that out, or?
Oh, well, when you, in this sheet, when you print this, it says like breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner.
Oh, yeah.
So you can see that, but I mean, you don't have to eat a snack if you're not hungry, or save it. Like I am like, I'm always good until like 2 o'clock, and then I fall off the wagon. Like that's
Yeah.
my weakness. So for me, I would a lot of times save that like morning snack, and I might have that Shakeology at 2. And then at like 3:30, I'd have like a rice cake with peanut butter, because I like snacky. So that's what I like to do. I didn't really need that morning snack, but that's just what worked for me.
Awesome.
Any
Thank you.
other questions?
Did you put almond milk in your Shakeology or just water?
So I did do almond milk or coconut milk. I always have, and I still do, but I kind of like cut it in half. So instead of doing like a full serving, I was doing a half serving, and then I do like 4 ounces of like coconut milk and then 4 ounces of water, because
Oh,
I might want it.
Can you not do almond milk? You only can do coconut milk?
So she has some foods that are like possible things that could irritate your gut. So you don't have to eliminate them, but you can if you want. Eggs is one of them. Almonds are one of them. I kind of forget what the other ones are, but those were the 2 that stuck out in my mind. So whenever I could, I would substitute it with something else. But you don't have to eliminate eggs. It's only if you think they could be something that you might be sensitive to, or you could try it for a week and see what happens.
Well, you're amazing. You were such an inspiration. So
Aw.
that was literally just 4 weeks.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Did you feel different?
Oh my God, I felt so good. So my sleep was better. My cravings, like you guys, I'm done with the program. I don't have any desire to go back to eating like those foods. I do think once I'm over COVID, I'm gonna do the reintroduction phase just to see where my sensitivities are. I don't want dairy. I don't want gluten. I don't want the sugar. Obviously, I want the occasional wine. I do miss my daily coffee, but I feel so good that I don't really want to mess with it. So it doesn't mean I'm not gonna, still eat things that weren't allowed on the plan like forever. But you can make this into a lifestyle by some tweaks here and there. And if you realize that you have like when you reintroduce dairy that like your stomach hurts, then that's up to you what you do with that information, right? You can still get ice cream when you go out with your kids, but you're just gonna know that your stomach's gonna hurt, right? Or you can not get it because you know your stomach's gonna hurt, right? Or maybe you reintroduce gluten and you feel fine. So you can still eat the gluten. But yeah, my sleep, my mood, my energy, my skin, I don't really have skin problems, but a lot of people had like incredible skin improvements, especially if you have like eczema. A lot of people said that it really helped improve that. Like the bags under their eyes, a lot of people said that it helped improve that.
How
So
soon
yeah.
do you see results of feeling it? Like, is it a weekend or longer?
If you're following the plan, you will see results after 1 week. People were like going crazy after 3 days.
Really?
I'm not even kidding. But like you gotta do it. Like I will say, so that my birthday was that one day when I went off plan. I did have cake and I did have vodka. Other than that, I'd say around like week 3, week 4, I probably was eating a little bit more containers than I was supposed to, like peanut butter, because I just like was eating more than I was supposed to. So but towards the end, my tracking wasn't like as good, and I was probably adding a few more containers than I should, but I never added in the foods that we eliminated other than my birthday. So other than having like a couple extra containers towards the end, that was it. I really stayed on plan.
Well, it shows. You look amazing. Thank you for doing this talk with us. I'm going to print all these things out.
Yeah. Hey guys, can I do a little boomerang of us? I always forget to do this on my calls. Is that okay? All right, ready? Okay. If you have any questions, put them in the thread first, because like it's great for other people to be able to possibly answer them while we're doing on this journey together. If you found like a sauce or something that you love or recipe, like drop it in our Facebook thread. I did add everyone into our BOD group. It's like our big downline that runs it. So you'll see like a whole bunch of people posting in there. Log your workouts and your Shakeology in there. Yeah, lean into the BOD group and lean into the thread. That's like what's going to help you stay on track. If you are not posting in there, not commenting, it's easy to like slip under the rug and think no one's going to notice you and go back to eating regular stuff. But I promise you're going to feel awesome and results fast if you stick with the plan.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I hope our 4 weeks go by as fast as yours seem to.
They will. It's so crazy. I'm just going to end the screen share.
I know.
And they
Oh, shoot.
out at
No, they
restaurants.
will.
So you do the shake. So it's basically breakfast, lunch,